What's really good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Rashad back again with another video, another review. This time we're going to be reviewing season 2 of Marvel's Runaways. As it's been out for a couple of weeks now, I'm going to get straight into it. So this is your spoiler warning. Major spoiler alert. Still here? Alright, let's get into it. So as you know, I enjoyed the hell out of Runaways season 1. It was very, very different than what I would expect from a Marvel show or movie. It was one of the very first videos that I actually reviewed. So it's been what, like a year now? I've been doing this shit for a year, god damn it. I enjoyed season 1 and season 2 was another thoroughly enjoyable ride. They went into some different directions that I did not predict. Some things developed with certain characters that I did not expect. And this continues to be a show that I don't know what it is, but I just love it. I can't put my finger on it. I can't. So it starts off with obviously the Runaways in hiding and running away from the fact that their parents have now put them on some kind of FBI APB, saying that they were involved with the death of one of the original Runaways. They're living on the streets, they're scavenging for food, and I would have hoped they didn't do this, but I think they should have went into it a little bit more. Regarding the fact that there were privileged children that now have nothing. Like, I think they did touch on it, but I feel like they needed to touch on it a little bit deeper, or just flesh it out a little bit more, that they were fish out of water. They literally had nothing, they didn't know what to do. They were still taking lifts and shit places, they had money, they didn't really... Like, even though they were living on the streets, they didn't really need that much. They were talking about eating out dumpsters and stuff, but you never really saw them do that shit. But that's one thing that I said that I think was a missed opportunity to show the balance of how they were when they were with their parents and safe and secure. And now the difference is that they're on the street, they have to fend for themselves. And I think it would have made an interesting dynamic because some people would have folded, some people wouldn't be able to hack it, that sort of thing. So I'm disappointed that they missed that. Apart from that, there was only a few things I didn't really like about this season. Before, my greatest gripe was that the parents weren't really villainous. They didn't really do anything too bad to make you hate them. You still sympathize with them to an extent. And I had a problem with that first season because I wanted the parents to be villains. It was very confusing to have sympathy for people that their main characters hated, because at the end of the day, whatever they were doing for whatever reasons that they had. They still cared and still loved about their children. They fleshed that out a lot more in season 2, and I'm grateful for it because now I understand. Like, their parents first and foremost, so they're gonna take care of their children, they're gonna worry about their children, stuff like that. And plus, I think it did help that they did do some villainous stuff, like they killed Graciela, which was very heartbreaking. Molly is one of my favourite characters. I think she's the heart and soul of the show. That whole first episode with Graciela's funeral and stuff like that, it hit home that these are truly bad people and they can do bad things. I loved Nico's arc this season. Up until the episode where she fought Jonah, I enjoyed seeing her starting to try and get the team together. Because Alex was the leader, but he disappeared doing errands and shit. So she had to get the team together, she had to train them, and she still had the weight of her dead sister on her. And the fact that her mother was a villain, she was in league with villains, and they were literally about to destroy the whole of their city. So I understand the fact that she was so gung-ho, and when it came down to it, she killed Jonah. Well, she killed Jonah. And I think that that episode and that scene was amazing. Like, the fact that she actually did go through with it, and then it did affect her, she had PTSD, she felt so much guilt and stuff like that. I think that was perfect. Alex, I liked Alex this season. I'm so happy they did not make him the mole and did not make him a traitor like in the comics. I don't know how I feel about his whole girlfriend arc. I feel like it did a lot to flesh out his character, but at the end of the day, did we really need it? It was a bit up in the air. Some of the things that did happen this season did stretch the season out longer than I thought it would be. A lot of the things that I thought would happen at the ends didn't. And it left me feeling a bit dissatisfied or like hungry for more, which maybe it was their intention, but it was not in a I need to see next season. It's more like, why did we spend so much time getting to this point now for the season to be over and us to have to wait for another season? And I think that was the last thing I disliked. But yeah, Alex is my guy, man. That's my brother, my dude.
Okay.
I wish that they just show exactly how intelligent he is next season, because he did show some this season and last season, and the group was falling apart without him while he was gone. Like, Nico is a terrible leader, and you can tell. But I feel like his actual intelligence, not just the hacking stuff, but the actual strategy shit, I feel like that should be front and center to show that this is why he is the leader. I think Chase had a great arc this series. He's grown up so much, even to the point where when he wanted to go back with his family, I completely understood. I didn't really understand why everyone was so up his arse or so angry at him. Like, this was his father who was dying. He needed his help. He needed him. The show's done a very good job of making the parents sympathetic characters. Like, I felt for them. Like, I felt for the children as well. Not just the fact that the parents obviously love the children, but the children still love the parents. No matter what they did, no matter how bad or how far those parents had fallen, they were still kids. And they still needed their parents, and they still wanted to be a family at the end of this. They didn't want to be runaways forever, which in Chase's case was amazing to see. Like, I'm so proud of how mature he's gotten. Even the stuff when he was dealing with Gert, it was just like, well done, Chase. Like, you've come so fucking far, bro. Which brings me to Gert. Gert and Old Lace. I enjoyed the Old Lace story about Old Lace being sick and it affecting Gert. The Gert being sick and suffering from what is, I don't actually know. Like, someone please tell me in the comments, what disorder does she have? Is she bipolar? Does she have schizophrenia? Like, I can't remember from the first season what she was suffering from that she needed her meds. Was she on antidepressants? Like, I may have missed something, so let me know, because I want to understand her situation a little bit more without shitting on it too much. I understand that she was in a bad place and her mental health was not great at that point, but she spiraled so fast and she was making dumb decisions. She was pushing people away, people that really genuinely cared about her. She was going back to the parents and causing problems there. She set Chase up. It got a bit much towards the end, but I did feel for her and it did make for some good TV. Carolina and that whole Church of Gaborum story, I only like the church stuff because of Frank and Carolina's mum. Apart from that, I really wish it went away. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just adverse to any religion in general. It's just so creepy to me, so cringy. It doesn't really serve any purpose because it's not real. Everybody knows it's not real, but people hang... Even like Frank's whole arc where he's now trying to become this whole figurehead of the church by himself was ridiculous, because I started to like Frank in the first season until he betrayed them, and now it's like he's a dickhead again, and it's just so... It's like he cares about power more than his family, and I never got that from Frank first season. Carolina, the fact that she went back to Jonah and found out about the other aliens in the spaceship, didn't tell the friends until it was too late. That was a bit of a low blow, but I understand she's a creature that she doesn't understand, and he's the only person that can give her the answers that she needs. What I did not want her to do was completely trust him. It didn't seem like she did completely trust him. It just seemed like she let her guard down way too much when she was around him, which was annoying as fuck. Also, her little stalker friend from the spaceship that wants to get married to her, she is actually supposed to be a Skrull. Don't know why they would miss this opportunity to tie in the universe. It's just been a big problem with Runaways in general. It doesn't actually tie into the MCU, which it's supposed to do, but they've made no mention of anything else that's going on at all. But I feel like at least by bringing Skrulls into the picture, it would have tied it in some ways, and it would have made fans rest a little bit easier. What I was left with was a throwaway who decided to transform into a female so that she could get into Carolina's pants, who wasn't even strong enough to protect her in the first place. So it was just like, Zavin, why? The parents got a little more handsy this season. They did their own dirt this season. I particularly like the Minorus. That fight with Nico was amazing. Even Gert's parents, I'm really like, they're the kindest out of them, I'd say. So they're the ones that I relate to the most. And even them trying to get back their daughter and stuff like that, it was admirable. Like, I felt for them, really. They just seem to be in the wrong group of people. They're smart, and that's why they were attracted to these people. But now they're in way over their heads and they're trying to get out. Everyone has problems. No one is perfect, which I enjoy. I like that whole concept so much. And of course, it finished off the season with a cliffhanger. The ship that exploded early in the season, the aliens on board survived and managed to possess a lot of the Pride members. And even apparently there's one amongst the children who, if I had to guess, I'd say it was either Gert or maybe Nico. It was also hinted at that Nico's staff is more magic than scientific, which is not what was said in the first season. So I'm interested to see how they pull that back, retcon that, and make it into something, because she was going through some shit and that staff was powerful. The way that Nico killed AWOL and his guys, if she did kill them, I was like, I'm not fucking with Nico at all. Like, bruh, I want no smoke, none of that. So yeah, great season. There's certain shows that I remember no matter how old I get, and I always remember the feeling that I get when I watch them. And certain shows stick with me, and I feel like this show, for whatever reason that I can't put my finger on, will be something that I do remember, just for the way that it made me feel. It's very cheesy and can be very lame sometimes, and it doesn't tie into the whole fantastical Marvel universe. I just have a soft spot. Maybe it's my guilty pleasure, but doesn't a guilty pleasure have to be bad? That Topher stuff was bullshit as well. They should have made him a goddamn vampire. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the season. I will give it a 9 out of 10. Runaways Season 2 gets a 9 out of 10. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought about Runaways Season 2. Let me know if I've missed anything, because it's possible that I have not spoke about everything there is to speak about. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Ring that bell so you know when a new video pops out before anyone else does. Remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The links will be in the description below. And as usual, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Taylor about the fucking flex.